Broken Generation, Black in Effect.
Broken.
We're just going to start straight off with the formalities.
Yeah. Formalities.
Straight into it.
That's how we do things.
So yesterday, you were involved in your first outside gig. Or outside gig that you haven't organised yourself. How did that go, my brother?
So I just want to shout out everybody that attended. So the Vine in Cheltenham.
Okay, yeah.
I host a comedy night there every second Wednesday of the month.
Nice.
We're in August. Had one yesterday. Went incredibly well. Incredibly well. Mad excited about everyone that turned up. It was a big filled the venue. It's a quirky venue because it's really known for its Thai food.
Yeah.
So people go there to eat food, as well as drink. It's it's kind of like becoming the new place to go to socialize in Cheltenham.
Amazing.
So they gave me the opportunity to have a night there. I brought a whole lot of comedians down. I feel like it's only right that I start mentioning them. Is that okay? Can I scream them aloud?
Large up for large.
So first of all, I want to shout out Eddie O'Keefe. Hopefully I've said that right. Sitcans.Eddie on Instagram. Shout out to him. Incredible guy. He was doing comedy for ages, then took a break, and he just came back. So he's just starting back on the scene again. He did an amazing. Gareth Williams from Birmingham. Phenomenal. Yeah. Phenomenal comedian. Incredible. Blew me away. Pause, because he is a homosexual. And
Ignite.
He runs a LGBTQIA plus night in Birmingham.
Okay.
Queer as Jokes, I think it's called. So shout out to him. He was incredible. Came down, blew the place away. Shout out to Joe Taylor Mills. Incredible. He runs I'm gonna say it wrong. Laughter Hours, I believe it's called.
Okay.
In Cheltenham at a coffee dispensary. They did a month of pre-Edinburgh gigs in July. He is a phenomenal host. So if you've ever got any opportunity and you see them doing stuff, make sure you can attend one of their nights. He is an incredible host. Yesterday he didn't host, he performed. So he did the first set. Incredible. Huge bundle of joy. He was amazing. Shout out to Tim Dennis. He runs You Can't Comedy Club in Swindon, I believe. Okay. He came down, he ended the show for us. Incredible. High energy, high octane, just banter. He was incredible. Blew us away. We had a female, Emily Prinley, I believe her name is. She's from Cheltenham. She did amazing. Held it down.
Cried.
Geordie Evans, he did incredible. Who else? Have I missed anyone else? If I have missed you, I apologize. Have I missed anyone? I may have. Sorry if I have. It was an incredible night. Everyone was amazing. Everyone turned out. It was a new venue, new location, new night. So there's still a little bit of teasing problems in terms of where's the mic going to stand and people walking past the toilets and this, that and the other. But apart from that, it was incredible. Thanks for the opportunity of the Vine. Make sure you can get there to eat food. It's a great place to go and take a date. If you're going to propose to somebody, I don't know if you specifically are going to propose to anyone soon.
Oh, me?
But it might be
sure.
might be a great place. I mean, you don't want to propose on WhatsApp or something. You want to propose in a nice, beautiful location. That's a great spot. Shout out to the cameraman. Where else? Yeah, it was just amazing, bruv. I love doing it. So the next one's on the 13th of September, I believe it is. That's a Wednesday. Again, I'm going to be hosting new comedians going to be there. And again, it's in October and it's going to continue. Hopefully, it's going to be a venue that's going to be staple for comedy. Second Wednesday of every month. Let's do this, people.
Love that, man. Love that. Man. That was like a paid commercial.
Yeah. It's almost like they paid me, innit?
It was almost like they paid you to talk that.
That's amazing.
We are the Broken Generation. We are moving on to today's topic.
Before we move on, we had a great guest last episode.
Yeah.
So shout out to C-Raw.
AKA
Craig Lewis, aka LGS from back in the day, Big Taz, all of that stuff.
Everything.
A lot of people like conversing and hearing his story and that sort of stuff. So yeah, shout out to all the musicians in Gloucester. If any of you do want to come on, if you've got an album, mixtape, EP drop-in, single drop-in, video coming out, holler at us. We can talk the talks.
Definitely.
And then we can get it popping.
Come join the podcast. Come join the revolution.
Yeah.
Broken Generation and all of that. I think we got some guest lines up. We're going to try and get some more guests in. From different areas as well, not just obviously music, different places. Yeah,
there's some people that might have a life story that they might want to tell.
Definitely.
And those ones will be really important. I'd love to get into some of them. Awesome. Let's do this thing, bro. Let's do this thing.
Moving on. So, current news.
Yeah.
How current? Within the last couple of days or within the last week?
I think I saw it 2 days ago.
Yeah, I think I might have saw it a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Do you know how real it is though? Or if it is anything to do with...
That's the thing.
You don't really know nowadays.
Yeah. Because some social media, the way people are, they're just popping anything up and saying this is what really happened or this is what really happened, and it never really happened. It could just be all make believe. So who knows?
It's all part of like, and these guys got their little clip of, I don't even know what do they call them, like free thinkers, or I don't know, kind of know what they go by.
Join the movement. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a movement, or it's whatever it is.
It's just mayhem.
Illusion.
It's just mayhem. Yeah, pain is an illusion. Everything is mayhem. Let's cause ruckus for no reason, no purpose. Let's just try and go viral.
So for the people that don't know, we are talking about MIZZY, TikTok star,
TikTok rebel,
prankster.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're not just talking about MIZZY. There was a video released to say that a couple of days ago he's came out of a mental health hospital, and that he's been sectioned. Was it 28 days he got?
I believe it's under the section 2, and I think that is 28 days. Yeah.
Okay, so he's been held under section 2 mental health. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's something I saw coming.
With him specifically?
Yeah, with him.
I would say if it wasn't him, there's a guy beside him. That's everywhere he goes. And
Yeah.
I saw it in him. When I look at him, I just thought, yeah, there's something tapped. There's something wrong with his head. MIZZY, in terms of the way he was getting the limelight and getting all the pressure from everybody, I think it could have gone that way, but I wouldn't have thought it would have gone that way. But yeah.
Well, he was obviously made out to be like the bad guy.
Yeah. The TikTok terror.
Yeah, the name alone, the TikTok terror. Obviously went on P.S. Morgan.
Yeah.
Went on that show where he walked out and they went wild. Like, all of these things are going to play a part into his mental health. Whether or not we know this is not just another prank, obviously it begs the question that these TikTok stars or these social media stars are seriously getting affected by it, and it's affecting a lot of their mental health.
Yeah. And I think for a lot of them, it's the idea of being an influencer, being known. And I don't know if there's any benefit aside from just being known, like walking down the street and being able to see people running up to him and saying, hello, hey, you're amazing, taking pictures of them. Like, what's the real benefit of these sort of things? And then it goes on to think about what's the psychological effects of these things.
Yeah.
And not just to the TikTok terror of MIZZY himself, but there's so many other people that are in his lane that may not be as successful as him, but want to be successful as him, or see him being on these TV shows and having maybe one of the Tate brothers like messaging him on Instagram or wherever they messaged him as something of an achievement. Whereas previously we may be chasing fame for the purpose of getting money, or we might be chasing money for its own purposes. But this, I just want to be famous, I want to go viral. What is the benefit of it apart from people may have said your name or say your name or know you from something? Do you get me?
Yeah. So I think obviously with MIZZY, he was speaking about they've got this movement. Was he saying, I'm just the tip of the movement and this is what we're doing? Obviously, if you want to know more about what he's saying and what he does, go search him, because I don't know everything. But I just know they're meant to have this grand plan, and how they're implementing this grand plan is by getting a lot of social media attention, by getting all of this stuff, by drumming up this interest, and then they was going to unravel this major plan of how they're going to dominate social media.
And if you don't know, let me just quickly run up. So MIZZY is the guy who went into a affluent household, just walked into affluent household. Is that the right word? Walked into this random people's house, him and a few of his friends, filming it live, and sat down in the living room, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm here for a study meeting or whatever.
Study class.
And just walked into someone's houses. Then also got arrested, and I think he's done a few things like that. I think he was on bikes. Him and a few people just ran through Primark on their bikes.
Yeah. Stole someone's dog.
Stole a dog, in a park from old lady and ran off with it. Loads of those sort of things.
Yeah.
So he has been a terror of sorts. And it's not just that he's a terror of sorts, but it's that his terror is filmed and his desire to make other people either laugh or be interested or to look at him. Because it's not like he's doing it behind closed doors. He's doing it for camera and for quote-unquote clout of sorts.
So there's obviously, he's not the only one. There's a lot of
100%.
Pranksters, or what they call themselves.
Pranksters is a good word.
Pranksters. Yeah. There's a lot of them around, and he's not the first, and he's not going to be the last. But a lot of them do kind of fade away. Mm-hmm. And what's the famous guy's name?
Jackass?
No, not Jackass. they're UK guys, and they did like loads of stuff. They've like ran on football pitches. They got the girl to run in the World Cup with the stuff on. They do major pranks. Ran in the WWE. They jumped over and ran in the ring on the WWE.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of the times they've like come out and said, you know what, sometimes we pushed it too far. But obviously that doesn't get as much attention as the pranks do. So I think younger people seeing that now, seeing the effect it's had of them doing all of these pranks. Some of them are like silly pranks as well, or some of them they could get really hurt. Yeah. But they're dangerous. Doing it. I think young people are only seeing that 10-second clip.
And let's talk further, because we can start off because there's two subjects we can talk about. Yeah. One is the terror that is MIZZY, and that kind of culture of where that's coming from, where is it, and what is it, what's the purpose of it in today's society? Because there is some kind of purposes, and then there is the mental health issue behind it. So let's talk about the first issue. I say is causing a terror to make a point. Yeah, that's done throughout history. We call it rioting, or we call it marching, or we call it they're doing it now with the environmental people, whatever you call it, who are sitting in stop oil stuff. The people that are standing or sitting in terms of roads and not letting the roads go past. There's people that do these quote unquote terrors, but the purposes behind it is because we're trying to make noise. Especially like single fathers or fathers who are not able to see their children. They dress up as superheroes, they climb buildings, and they like tie themselves to those sort of things. There's a purpose behind it. So they cause this terror, they cause a noise. There's a thing that happened in Paris a while ago with the farmers, I think it was. I don't know if you saw this. They drove a tractor of sorts full of manure. Yeah. Is it the president of France?
It's one of them, yeah.
Paris, wherever it was.
Parliament or some government building.
But the window was open, and he just lorried like truckloads
Love that.
Of turd. Do you know what I mean? Into the window. So people cause terror for a reason. Yeah. Even when we talk about it as children, like our children who want attention from their parents will cause terror. If your mother is in a room with somebody that they don't know, and they're like, oh, that person's getting all my mum's attention, I'm going to cause terror because I want attention. Does that make sense? So there's something inbuilt within us where we do stuff, for the purpose of getting something. Does that make sense? So like some people might
die and they want you.
Sometimes a guy might wear like a flary t-shirt or a shirt, may dye his hair a certain color, may wear sunglasses, I don't know, on a podcast to like get someone's attention.
No, I hear that.
So we do things. It's human nature. We do things of any sorts for a purpose.
Getting like a nose ring.
Could be a nose ring. That's a good point. That's a good point. Getting a haircut before a pod. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Middle-aged man getting a nose ring.
Yeah. Them sort of things. I don't know.
Just an example.
Yeah, so we do things for purposes, for a reason. So going back to MIZZY's doing this for we're assuming he's telling us there's a reason, but we don't know the reason because he's not clear on it. And it may be like if there was a grand plan in what he's doing, then it would all make sense. And if there's a grand plan in all these little terror things that people are doing for clout or for attention, then it would make sense. But there doesn't seem to be any purpose behind it. So they may look at things like those people that are sitting down and saying, oh yeah, stop oil, and think, oh yeah, they're making noise, they're getting on TV. Let me do something to get on TV. But once they're on TV, what's the point that they're trying to make?
Yeah, no.
Do you get it?
So I think, what you said, I agree with. I just want to go back to the attention thing.
Come on.
So do you think a lot of these social media people or pranksters that are not doing it for a valid reason, do you think it is something to do with like the attention and not feeling like they're whole unless they get all of that attention?
No, I do
craving the attention.
I do think celebrity lifestyle has changed changed human nature. It can go back from some of us would say this. It's always happened when it was back in the Roman times and the gladiators that were in the Colosseum that were fighting. Oh yeah, I want to live up to that.
Massive show, of course.
Exactly. Or it's the big football stars that we've got today, or it's Kim Kardashian who's famous for being famous. Does that make sense? Or musicians, or other things. Or musicians who are famous with making music and then they're able to transition out of it. There is an inbuilt desire in young people, I think, more so than ever, to get fame from being famous for no other reason than being famous. I've kind of forgotten the original question you asked me, bro.
Well, I was saying, do you think there's like an underlying issue with these people and attention? Because obviously if we link it to mental health, if they're constantly striving for it. I'm not getting enough. Obviously, that's going to affect your mental health. The same, like you said, as a child. If you're a child and you constantly want your mum's attention, you don't get it. Then you grow up with an attachment.
Yeah, an attachment disorder. So that's a fact. That's a good thing. So in terms of that, whatever's missing in us, we may not know in and of ourselves, but we're seeking other. For example,
Fill in the gap.
Fill in the gap. So there might be a girl who's never had a proper relationship with her father, or she's never had a proper loving relationship at home. So therefore, she goes out and she sleeps with hundreds and hundreds of men.
I think that happens a
lot. Same thing with a man. A man who's never doesn't know what a male role model looks like. He will go out there and treat women the way he treats. Or he saw his mother being treated.
Yeah, of course.
Does that make sense? So these children or people who are seeking after the attention, there may be something missing within them. That's not to make it deep. Like some religious people will say that there's a God-shaped hole in your heart and you're going to be running around seeking things until you fill that hole. And that may be true whether it's for a faith or it may be true for us as human beings. Unless we find fulfillment in ourselves, we're always going to be chasing after the wind. Does that make sense? But that's deep.
You're only a lightened one today, innit?
Yeah, man.
That's why I wore the glasses, because I knew today you was gonna be bright. Ignite.
I hear it. I hear it.
That's why I wore them today.
So who knows? Because I think there is something about the crisis of finances, purpose, and things of that nature. The rat race that we're in, where people want to escape. And young people may see it earlier than us, and they're just trying to escape the rat race by doing these little things because they want to be famous and that. Yeah. Or the mundane of life may need you to do something exciting and thrilling. Some people, their lives are so mundane that they have to have a mistress on the side. Yeah. Because life is so boring. Do you know what I mean? Or the other way around for the women. Women might be like, this. I'm a mother. I've got loads of kids. Oh, I've got to change another nappy. Oh my God.
Need that thrill.
Exactly. You need some thrill and excitement. Yeah. So, not to go too deep today, but there may be something missing in all of us. And this is just one of the ways in which
I think there's something missing in all of us. I don't think anyone's perfect.
Yeah.
We all seek something.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Some stuff is obviously dangerous and detrimental to our mental health. Other stuff might be physical, adrenaline. Everyone seeks something. So 2 things I want to talk about.
Yeah, let's do it.
If we got the time. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Island Boys.
Yeah,
Have you seen the stuff that's going on with them? Obviously, they're another social media.
Yeah.
I don't know, what are they?
So they were rappers of sorts. Because they got one song that I remember called Island Boys. And it was catchy for some reason. It was kind of catchy.
Everyone knows it.
And then they started chasing fame, and maybe they chased endorsements, got money and money and money. Because I started seeing them with diamonds in their teeth and like having a lot of wealth. And then all of a sudden I saw this little kissing thing. Kissing thing. Now,
lips in. That not kiss. That was all tongue and everything.
Not to walk back to this side of the road, but Marlon Wayans, and the Wayans brothers do a little kissing thing on their show. I don't know if you've seen that. Remember that show they used to have in Wayans brothers?
Yeah.
I think at the start of their, I think it's at the start. Hopefully, I'm not wrong. In their trailer at the start of the, when it's like, what's the Wayans brothers song? Making in there, make
all I can think of is Dave Chappelle. It's the Chappelle Show.
Okay.
I can't even think of it. I know though, I remember.
Brothers. Like, anyway, I'm sure they do a little kiss thing there. And they used to tell us, I remember seeing
But kiss though, like a kiss.
But no, it's just a kiss. It was a kiss on the lips.
Remember, these brothers' lips dying.
Yeah, this is different. But I'm just saying, I still felt uncomfortable with that, the idea of that.
Yeah.
So them two, like, tongue and ting dying, I ain't gonna lie, bro, that's just different.
And has there been an explanation? One of them's come out gay, hasn't he?
I don't know, has he?
Yeah, so one of them's come out gay.
Okay.
I don't know which one. I don't know the difference between them. But even that, then, does that make it even worse?
Yeah, it does make it worse. Because
like, if you're a straight male kissing your gay brother.
I don't know, bro.
Like, what? Twin? They're twins, isn't it? Identical, practically. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's not gay. If it's your identical brother, I don't know. Maybe they don't see it the same. I don't know.
There's a level in it. There's affection. There's love. But I don't know in it. There's a level.
So tie this all in to the question.
No, but I'm saying obviously the mental health. For me, there's something going on with them. Like I spoke about it, and then obviously they've released a picture. I haven't seen the picture.
Picture of what?
Well, it's meant to be some fellatio.
What, the two of them?
Yeah, but it's not meant. It's meant to insinuate.
Okay.
That's going on, but I don't know. I haven't seen a picture. It's not something
So
I would say.
this is
So one of them's on their knees. The other one's like got the camera and basically like above, but you can't really see what's going on. But that's beyond. That's mental health to me.
To me,
There's something going on.
To me, the striving after fame has mental effects.
Yeah.
Has detrimental mental effects if you're not prepared for it. So we say this for all of Hollywood, like young kids that get into Hollywood somehow have some kind of mental issues.
Yeah.
You got Macaulay Culkin who had drug issues and a plethora of other issues. You got Britney Spears that's gone through horrendous her life story. I don't know when they're doing I need to do a biopic of her life story because that's crazy what's going on with her. And all these other famous people, it's the seeking after fame ruins people.
Yeah.
And these guys, I'm assuming, again, I haven't seen. I saw a clip of them kissing on a. It was like basically it was somebody commenting on it, and I just saw the comments. I was like, what? And that's what happened. So for me, to them, it just seems like they're just chasing a pay slip, or they're chasing after fame because it must lead to a pay slip or something. Because that's what I'm trying to understand. Why do you do these things? Because if you're doing that to make money, but that's not your lifestyle, okay, cool. You're pretending to be this character, but behind closed doors, them two are normal human beings. All of that foolishness they're just putting on. But if they are not normal human beings, they are constantly in this pantomime of a lifestyle, then there's a huge issue.
But I guess that's one thing we can't understand, innit? We don't know what actually. Same with like 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Like that whole bravado we put out and put up in front. And then obviously I watched his documentary. I don't know if you watched it, but it said like growing up, he was bullied. He didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So this whole bravado we put up was part of that.
Yeah.
Like that's not really who he is.
Yeah.
But it made him money.
So
and
he
continued it until he got caught up in
100%.
something. And then suddenly when he got caught up and he went to court and he was facing real charges, suddenly he's back to this quiet guy that don't really do nothing.
Because apparently he was a videographer. He was a video guy. And he got all of those tattoos in the space of like 2 months.
Okay.
All of his 6ix9ine tattoos on his face, body, everywhere. And so it's a 2-month transformation. So it's not like it's him becoming somebody. It's it's not like him naturally becoming somebody.
He is.
He's just changing himself. The state of a person who has to think like that. Okay, I'm not Dean. I am this character.
Yeah.
And if you're staying in this character for too long, you don't even know what the real Dean character. Exactly. So you're just a complete pantomime. Your whole life is a pantomime. You're pretending to be something, and that's us at this level, because down here we all do it. We put on masks to say that we're okay, or we go to a club and we pretend like we got it all together, or we're around our gal and we're trying to make her feel sweet and pretend like we're the sweet boy and that. So we put on these small masks, but when you're constantly having to do it non-stop in this pantomime created person, it's too much for your brain capacity to
I think
accept.
you get lost. You'll get 100%. Lost. And then I guess it's you hear them talk about it a lot. Then trying to find yourself. Yeah. Like a lot of them say when they come out of wherever they are, whether they're at this point now high, they're actors, they're sports, it don't matter what they are. They always say at the end, I need to find myself. Yeah. Because they get lost in the character they've become rather than who they really are.
1,000,000%. And the people that we are today, because it made sense for these Disneyland Hollywood people, because they're doing it for us, for our entertainment. But now that we've got our own smartphones and we've got our own ability to make it famous on Twitter or on X or on Instagram or this, that and the other, we're creating this own psyches ourselves. So whereas it's not these big multi-million-dollar companies that's doing it, we're doing it in our bedrooms with
no support. And
exactly.
These people got no support. They've got no time to turn off. That's the thing, isn't it? Like, and the second point I wanted to get to was I watched Sideman. He done a documentary on Channel 4 talking about the cost of drip. Have you seen it?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I've seen that one. Yeah.
So I watched that, and they was just saying about like the people that are dedicated to becoming influencers. So not social media, not actual personalities, but just influencers. And he's talking about like it's a 24-hour job.
Yeah, 100%.
And people are saying they're putting up everything into it to become, and it's draining. It takes it out of people. But everyone wants to do it. Like everybody wants to be. If they're not a personality, they want to be an influencer.
Yeah. There's a thing on Netflix called Black Mirror, and there's one episode with Daniel Kalalua, and he's got an incredible that episode.
That's a weird episode one,
but it explains if you're able to.
It explains.
It does the driving force, because I don't know if anyone's seen it. Spoiler alert! Like everyone's on these energy bikes, and you're pedaling to get energy, to get coins to live, and everyone's doing that every day. And there seems to be only one way to escape, is that to become famous. And then he becomes famous, and he has to repeat that cycle at the end to escape the rat race, as it were. And I think that's exactly
the message behind it is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Remember, at first he gifts someone else.
Yeah.
And then when she goes and she doesn't enjoy it, then he wants to get up there for him to free her.
Yeah.
And ends up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, watch it. It's hard to understand and hard to follow.
Yeah.
But you have to follow it and understand this is what you're watching.
Because this is to tie it back to MIZZY. Whether his thing is true or false, the mental health effects on our children and our young people and our generation today is detrimental beyond control, and we don't fully understand it yet. We will know it in hindsight. In 50 years, when we look back and we talk about the baby boomers, or we talk about Generation X or Generation Z, we're able to explain it a bit more and kind of have markers as to where we failed. Social media it made this. The cost of living crisis made people seek after this. Everyone wants to own a business or be a business owner, entrepreneurship, even though they can't make it there. Everyone's chasing money, and all of these markers will be so clear to us in the future. But right now we're in the midst of it and we can't see it. And the mental health issues that's going on today is through the roof, and most of us aren't even talking about it.
No.
And me and you probably know a list of people here in Gloucester or here that we've come in contact with who have either been sectioned under Section 2 or Section 3, or had times in mental health homes and things of that nature, and who are really struggling.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's an outlet that is feasible or seems feasible for us to even talk or converse about it. And I think that's just a bigger issue. But
there's a mad waiting list, isn't there? A mad waiting list for people that want to get seen by professionals. Yeah. If you can't afford to go private, which most people can't afford to go. Most people in our generation or our circles are not going to be able. They could afford, but boy, what are you talking, £90 an hour?
Yeah, something crazy.
If you feel like you're struggling anyway and money is an issue, you're not going to be able to find £90 to go and talk about why that's your issue.
100%. I just want to signpost people to mind.org.uk. They do a lot of it's a website where they give a lot of information in regards to your mind, your mental health, psychological thinking and thought patterns, and this, that, and the other, and that might help some people out there like going through this.
Definitely.
There's people struggling, There's people struggling.
Serious when we ended with that. Serious.
Don't
What's
worry,
going to be
people.
good is we'll bring someone on. There's someone out there that's gonna be able to talk through their obviously their life. And obviously Adrian spoke a little bit about it.
Yeah, he did.
The Black Landlord.
Yeah.
He spoke a little bit about his struggles, and I think it's important as well to see black people talking about it, because I know the numbers are so different.
Yeah.
Especially black males shy away from talking about mental health. It's just something that they don't talk about. And
then we try and run and become famous. Like MIZZY, or we go into crime, or we go into this and we go into that, and we cover it with a lot of things that are toxic and not helpful. So
definitely, my brother, Black in Effect,
we're there, man.
Broken Generation.
Broken Generation podcast is brought to you by Sophisticated Rebel Apparel. Available at www.sophisticatedrebel.uk. Be seen, be heard, be you.